Can I be excused?
You need to go to the restroom?
No, I just hate this.
Oh. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. Very excited to take a look at another episode of iCarly. A lot of you all tend to like this series and have recommended several episodes to me that focus on the school, including this one. This episode is called iGo Nuclear, and it comes directly from you all's recommendations in the comments section of my videos. So I'm very excited to look at this. I'm guessing this is maybe a teacher. And of course, since it's a science classroom, it has all sorts of equipment out. Although this seems a little more reasonable just from looking at it. There's not all of the different colored liquids that are just sitting around. That's not typical, but this is kind of more plausible. I just see the burners out, which is fine if they're about to do a lab. I don't know if they are, but I guess we'll see. Just a reminder, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and click the button below in order to become a subscriber. I greatly appreciate it. Let's go.
Don't blame me. I'm blaming you. You can also blame your mom.
Yeah, and I don't know what this is about yet. I guess we'll find out, but there are students at all levels. I've heard this in middle school. I've heard it in high school where they just say, well, your mom, you know, whatever the other person says, they just say your mom. And she says, well, I could blame it on your mom. After he says, well, don't blame this on me. She just says, well, I'll blame it on your mom. And there are students who do that. Let's see what happens.
She must not. Hey, will you guys stop already?
What's the problem now?
Sam tried to give Gibby a wedgie.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward bullying, which, yeah, Sam, I have seen her do a bit of that in this show. Hopefully she doesn't do it too much in this one. I'm wondering what the origin of the episode title is, iGo Nuclear. At first, I thought it was a person, like, getting really mad, like they're going nuclear and they're doing something really drastic, but it may just be, like, science, because this is a science classroom. Let's see. All right, here we go.
Good morning, young citizens of the planet. Go ahead and take your seats.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, so this guy, I guess, is the science teacher, and he's going to be portrayed as some weirdo, basically, with just the look he's got going on. He looks almost like Einstein, except for the hair is a bit different, and he's eating. Like, I like bell peppers. I know plenty of people who do, but he's eating it like an apple. That I don't see a whole lot, but let's see what this guy does here.
I'm sure you're all as psyched as I am. It's that time of year again.
Time for his yearly shower.
Oh.
It's National Green Week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we
Activism
all know
month.
it's cool.
Yeah, and Green Week, you know, you can get away with that and other such days because of the science connection. Now, I saw his calendar and it said Activism Month. You sort of have to be careful about that, about what you're trying to be an activist about. You have to be really careful because as a teacher, you're representing the school and the school district, and there's a lot of issues that the school cannot really get into, and they cannot really teach the students as far as what they should do or shouldn't do in terms of different elements of activism, I guess you could say, different causes. But Green Week, no, that's fine. It's actually in some of the science standards about the environment and damaging the environment and pollution and different aspects of taking care of the environment. I'm not an expert on it, but I do know it is in there. I'm not sure what course this is specifically. I see something about wind power on the board and frequencies. I'm not sure what course this is, though. Let's see what happens next.
To recycle and be kind to the planet every week.
Can I be excused?
You need to go to the restroom?
No, I just hate this.
Oh, that's bordering on some disrespectfulness that she can get in some trouble for. If she pushes it here, she could get herself in trouble. Let's see how he responds here.
But seriously, guys, we got to spread the word. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Okay.
Who wants to sing the jingle?
Nobody.
I bet Carly wants to sing it.
Oh, you lose that bet.
Come on, Carly, sing it for us.
You gonna do it? Okay, she's gonna do it.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Cha.
All right.
That was the whole thing? Okay. And I doubt that helps them actually understand what that means, but I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I'm wondering what he's going to have them do. That's the question. There's no problem emphasizing Green Week or whatever, but it kind of depends on what specifically you talk about and what specifically you do. And the key thing is whether or not it's linked to his course standards. That's kind of be the question. But let's see.
To celebrate NGW, I want everyone to do an original project that benefits the environment.
Like switching to those curly Q fluorescent light bulbs?
Yes, but that bores me.
What about really big fluorescent light bulbs?
Gimme go stand in the corner.
Mustard!
What? Okay, yeah, and I've never seen that beyond maybe elementary school, and it's even not good to do that then. These guys are supposed to be in high school, I believe. Stand in the corner. No, you just don't do that. And this is a really broad assignment. Just do a project that is good for the environment or something to that effect, he said. That would not work in real life. Number one, it's way, way too broad. You need some guidance and criteria and parameters and maybe a rubric, and it needs to be very clearly linked to the course standards. I'm not seeing that here, but I'm guessing they're going to have to do this project. I wonder if he's going to give them any guidance whatsoever, or if he's just going to leave it open. I do remember this happening on Ned's Declassified also with the video project and the countries project. Very, very open-ended. It's like the kids could do just whatever they want. That would not fly in real life. There would have to be much more parameters and probably a rubric as far as how they're graded. But let's see what direction he goes with this here.
Water by not flushing the toilet for a few days.
I said original. I got rid of my toilet 2 years ago. Because?
Who needs a toilet when you have a backyard and a shovel?
Yes!
Oh, no. I thought that was just a joke, but yeah, this is just kind of weird. The teacher saying that or agreeing with that. Let's see what happens next.
Good, Freddie. Good.
You can't touch students like that.
How much will this project count toward our final grade?
A lot.
Oh.
But remember, you can always get extra credit by joining me on the Root and Berry retreat.
What's the root and berry
No.
retreat?
Oh, see, one weekend every year, I take a few students on a magical trip deep into the forest.
That doesn't sound good, especially the way he described it. Now, it depends on what that is exactly, if it was like part of a club or they're going to do something that, again, is linked to the course standards, then maybe, depending on how he has it set up. But it just sounds a little odd the way he described it there. And she asked, or Carly asked, how much is this going to count toward our grade? And he just said a lot. You have to be a wee bit more specific than that. And he mentions this extra credit thing. This is just a little weird so far. Not super crazy, but it's sort of strange. I'm wondering where this is going to go here.
But if we get a good grade on our environment project, then we don't have to go on the retreat, right?
Well, true, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, they're back at school.
Hey.
I don't know what it is, but you better hurry up and get it to the Dork Festival.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And I'm not sure really what this is either. Let's see.
This is my Green Week project for Mr. Henning's class.
Okay.
1 second.
What? Yeah, how does that thing get power? Like, there's no power outlets in there. So you're telling me it's battery powered? I don't see that happening. I guess that probably does exist, but particularly in this era, like 2006, 2007, I don't think so, but it is pretty funny.
What is that?
Beef stroganoff.
Okay.
You forgot about your Green Week project, didn't you?
I
didn't forget.
Probably
I
not.
chose not to do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And in class, Sam said, "Can I be excused?" And the teacher's like, "Oh, you need to go to the bathroom," which is very common. And she said, "No, I just want to be excused because I hate this." And that's kind of what I was thinking when he asked, "Well, did you forget to do your project?" I'm like, "No, she probably didn't forget. She just chose not to do it." And then that's exactly what she said.
Okay. Well, then I guess you're going to have to choose to go on the root and berry retreat to get extra credit.
Yeah, here's my worried look. Oh no, meow.
A little weird. Oh, is this her project?
Hey, move, lady!
What in the world?
I'm helping the environment! Stupid hippie!
And I've seen plenty of electric bikes, and they go way faster than this. I don't know why hers is going like 1 mile an hour or something. And seems like it'd be pretty hard to balance that. I see a little like side wheel on the side that apparently is keeping her up straight. But I'm guessing this is her project. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Oh. Oh, they're laughing at her. That's pretty funny. You got to admit that's a little funny there.
So, in just 3 days, my composters produced over 15 pounds of organic fertilizer, enough to fill 4 large garbage bags.
Okay.
And I ain't just talking trash.
It's not that bad. It is a little bad joke, but and this is more like a mini science fair, actually. It sounds like not bad, but again, there needs to be more guidance, some parameters, and maybe a rubric or something that shows them how they're going to be graded on this thing. But let's see what kind of response he gets.
Well, Freddie, it looks like you put a lot of work into this project.
I did. What do you think?
Look, it's fine, but it's not new or exciting or good.
But you didn't say it had to be new or exciting. You just said it had to help the environment. That's it. You didn't give any other parameters. So if you leave it open-ended like that, you can't really fault him for it not being new and exciting. Like, he did not say that. He just said it had to benefit the environment.
But I imported my worms from Portugal.
And do you realize how much jet fuel an airplane uses to fly here from Portugal?
That's a good point.
Burning jet fuel is very bad for the environment, Freddie. Yeah.
But at least
D minus.
D minus. Seems like it was not all that bad. D minus. And again, like, how is he grading them? And most schools don't have Ds now, by the way. It's just A, B, C, F. I almost said A, B, C, D, F, but it's A, B, C, F. I do remember having Ds in school, but those have largely disappeared from a lot of places. Let me know if they had Ds when you were in school.
Who wants to go next?
I wouldn't want to go next after that. So it sounded pretty good. Not too bad. Again, I don't know how they were supposed to be graded. And he just says D minus. And his presentation sounded pretty good. And he just said, it's not new and exciting. You get a D minus. Who wants to go next? I wouldn't want to go after that.
Sam does.
Dude.
Sam, you're up.
She doesn't have a project. Oh, no. She's going to make one up on the fly.
Behold, the humble orange.
Okay. All right. So I'm predicting she is going to make something up here, and she knows kind of how to push this guy's buttons or what matters to him. And again, no criteria, nothing like that, no rubric. And she's going to make something up, and he's somehow going to like it and give her an A, even though the guy here, forgetting his name at the moment, put this whole thing together with a good presentation and got a D minus. She's going to get a good grade, I bet, but let's see.
So many of our foods and beverages today are sold with all kinds of needless packaging.
Yeah, that's going
which
to
ends
appeal
up
to
right
him.
in our nation's trash cans. Well, I say to heck with packaging. If I'm thirsty, I can just do this.
Okay. A little gross, but he's going to like it.
That was refreshing.
He's going to
But
give her a
wait,
good
now
grade.
I'm hungry. What should I...
What?
You see, I just had a drink and a snack. And now I simply dispose of the biodegradable orange carcass.
How? Out the window? Yeah, I guess. He's gonna like it, I bet. What'd I tell you? So she has literally nothing. She did no work. She picks up an orange and makes up something, knowing that it will appeal to him, and he's clapping. Oh boy, I suspect this is going to create a problem with these friends, but let's see.
Bravo! Bravo, Sam!
Really?
No!
Yeah, I agree.
She just jammed her thumb into an orange.
Mm-hmm.
No, she jammed her thumb into the future. That's an A for you, Sam.
Yep, what I tell you, she got an A. She jammed her thumb into the future, really? That's kind of insane, but let's see where we go next with this crazy thing.
Thank you, Mr. Henning.
Mr. Henny.
All right. Wesley, why don't you?
I'm here.
Oh boy.
Carly, you look awful.
Thanks.
What happened to you?
What happened? I tried to make an electric scooter to cut down on the need for gasoline-powered transportation. But
And look at this battery. Like, I don't know anything about electric scooters, but that's like, it says heavy duty on it. Looks like a car battery. You'd think it would work a lot better than it did, but let's see what she's able to do here, what grade she gets.
it only goes like 4 miles an hour and it shorts out when it gets wet and the seat hurts my bottom.
Well, Carly, do you know how much power is needed to charge a huge battery like that?
Don't know.
I don't know. Some?
A lot. You would have created much less pollution by just taking the bus.
But what if...
I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you a D minus. But you can still get extra credit by joining me on the root and berry retreat.
And they're just standing there watching it. No one's pulling the fire alarm or calling the office or something. They're just standing there watching it, and it just spontaneously combusts, like it's not even moving. I don't know quite how that happens, but okay. What?
2.
All right, here's their web broadcast.
I'm not Carly.
And I'm not Sam, but this is absolutely iCarly.
iCarly.
Okay, before we go on, we're going to introduce you guys to some very special guests here in the studio with us tonight.
Okay. Oh, the teacher's there.
And our science teacher, Mr. Henning.
Okay. What in the world? And he's like eating a head of broccoli just in his hand. It's just so weird. What is he going to do on the iCarly broadcast?
So why do we have these special guests tonight?
Because this is the first ever
Totally green episode of iCarly.
and by
Okay.
green, we mean
The electrical power making this live web show happen is all coming from this one little non-polluting generator.
zoom in on its Fred head.
Zoom in.
Yeah, I was about to say, how is it green exactly with all the equipment necessary to produce the show? Don't know, but let's see.
It's
Don't know what that
powering
is.
Freddy's camera
And the 2 computers that bring you iCarly.
Okay.
and all the lights.
Especially
guess.
our new
Environmentally green strobe lights.
Okay. This is so weird.
A toast.
So I'm guessing that he's going to give them credit, I guess, for doing this broadcast using green energy, quote unquote. This is just a little weird with him hanging out with them in the diner or whatever, but let's see.
To Carly Shea and the first project ever in my class to get an A+.
Okay. Again, no criteria, no rubric, no nothing. Just whatever he feels like giving out is the grade that they get. You can't do that. You really can't. But let's see how this ends here.
Good going, Carls. Now you don't have to go to that root and berry retreat.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah.
Which-
She's going to inadvertently insult it, and then he might take the grade back. Hopefully not.
All the kids say is an awesome time.
Yeah, nice save.
And they don't say it sarcastically.
I have to go on the root and berry retreat.
Oh, but he put so much work into it. And was he not part of the broadcast? Like he was running all the equipment and stuff. I think he would give him credit too, but guess not. Let's see.
Mr. Hitting, I gotta say, now that you gave me an A+, I think you're a pretty darn good science teacher.
Oh, okay. That brings up an interesting conversation about what a good teacher really is. So a lot of students will say, oh, this person's a good teacher, or they're a bad teacher. Now, sometimes they really mean they're a good teacher. In other words, they help me to learn. They make it easy for me to learn, and I learn really easily from them, and they help me make sense of things that are complicated. That really is kind of what a good teacher is, but some people mean it like this. Did you notice what Carly said? She said, well, now that you've given me an A+, I think you're a good teacher, right? So a good teacher to some people is just a teacher who gives me whatever I want. I don't care if I learn or not, as long as I get a good grade or if I can do whatever I want to in class, they're a good teacher. It's not exactly how it works, but there are plenty of students who say that.
You know, when I was at Ridgeway, we had the science teacher who was such a loser.
Oh, it was
like
him.
A freaky weirdo, and he smelled
was
like
him.
rotting wood.
Stop.
Spencer, that was me.
What? Oh.
And, you know, you do have teachers that have been teaching for a long time. A lot of teachers teach 20, 30, 35 plus years. I've even heard of 40 years, although it's pretty rare. And yeah, you do have that. There are teachers at many schools that have taught some of the teachers that are there because they've been there for so long. Yeah, conceivably, this guy could have been Spencer's teacher when he was in school. Spencer doesn't look that old, so that probably wasn't all that long ago, but that's kind of funny. All right, so that was basically the episode. I did focus really on the school scenes like I usually do in many of these shows, but I did enjoy that one. That one's not totally crazy. Some of the things that happened in this episode, not totally crazy, but to give a project, you really have to set some guidelines and some parameters. And usually you'll give out some information that details exactly what students are expected to do for this project or what options they have. You can't just say, do something that's good for the environment, not give any kind of guidance. And then when it comes to grading it, it's just like, if the topic appeals to you, then you give them an A. Like in Sam's case, she did literally just stick her thumb inside of an orange. And then because of what she said, manipulating this guy, she ended up getting an A. And the other character, again, I forget his name at the moment, ends up getting a D- and has to do the little retreat, even though he put way more work into it. That's really not fair, but that's why this would not really fly in real life. The parents and the school administration would have a big problem with this, and he would not be able to do it, at least in this way. The project itself is probably okay, but he needs to be clear about how he's grading it. But I'm going to leave the video there. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, again, take a brief moment and click the button below to become one, and I'll see you on the next video here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.